Alright, welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to do a chicken noodle soup, all from scratch. How do you guys like the apron, right? Come on, you hear that? Alright, so again, we always marinate the meat. Now, you don't have to, but I would recommend it, even for chicken noodle soup. It's good to marinate the meat. Why? Because you can get all those herbs and those spices inside of the meat, and it soaks it up, and it's going to be a way more delicious taste. So what we did to marinate our meat is, again, you put it in a plastic bag, put some oil in it, some salt, pepper, and then you go ahead and put in whatever kind of spices that you want. Now this is chicken noodle soup, so what I did was squeeze some lemon in the bag, and I went ahead and put some fresh oregano in it, chopped it up, fresh chives in it, chopped it up, and whatever other spices that you guys want to use. You guys can use garlic powder, you guys can use onion powder, it does not matter. Just make sure you guys marinate your meat for at least an hour, and then that's it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about as far as all the ingredients you guys are going to need to get this done. So we have carrots, celery, green onions. Now I have 1 tomato, but you want about 3 tomatoes. I know it sounds a little weird, tomatoes in soup, but it's actually quite delicious. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about our fresh herbs and spices that we have on the plate. Now, before we get to the plate, I want to let you guys know that it's so important to have good, fresh herbs and spices with any kind of meal that you guys are cooking. I know it's only chicken noodle soup, but when we show you guys what we have on the plate, it's going to bring out all those flavors that everybody that, you know, if you like flavor, you like food, it's quite important. So let's show you guys what we have on the plate for that. Fresh chives, fresh oregano, which is very delicious. This is fresh thyme. Now this is a lemon thyme. Why do I like a lemon thyme? It brings out a different flavor, but that does not matter. You can pick up regular thyme. We have a bay leaf. Okay, you only need about 2 to 3 bay leaves, and you take these out at the end when you're done cooking your soup. Basil, and I use a little bit of basil. Okay, we have a lemon. I like to cut this in half and squeeze some lemon into your broth. Of course, you need some fresh garlic. Fresh garlic is always delicious. You're gonna put that in there as well. And for the rest of the herbs, we have fresh cilantro and fresh parsley. Okay, last but not least, make sure you guys pick up some good chicken broth with low sodium. Now, if you want a little bit more sodium, that's great, go pick it up. And also, when it comes to looking for chicken broth at the stores, if you guys can find a deal, there's nothing that will go wrong with that. We got these for 2 for $5. I think that's a great deal, and it's organic, and the dates are actually really good on this. Okay, so make sure you guys, when you guys go to the store, check out different stores or you know what's kind of going on, because I think that's pretty important. Unless you don't mind paying extra money for, you know, this normally should be about $3, so this in total should be about $6, but we got the whole thing for $5. Great deal. We actually went into another store and we saw regular chicken broth, not organic, but it was 99 cents, and we were literally sitting there for 5 minutes thinking about if we want to grab that and then return this. But this is a good price, especially for organic, okay? And then the next thing we have is, and they're only like $2, $3 tops. Just get regular extra broad egg noodles, okay? That's it. Just get some no yolk egg noodles, and they're very delicious. That's it. All right, so when we go ahead and start the meal up, the first thing that you guys want to do is get the broth boiling. Not boiling, but simmering enough. So we already have the heat on for our big pan, and we actually have our heat on for the meat. So what we're gonna do is take our chicken broth, and we're gonna go ahead and pour it into the big pot. All right, so what we like to do is that we used about 6 cups of chicken broth, and now we're gonna go ahead and add 4 cups of water. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the meat. Then go ahead and let that slow cook and go ahead and cover. Okay, so as our broth is simmering, we're gonna go ahead and put in 3 bay leaves. So this is gonna get the broth started and that flavor kicking. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and cut up the carrots, but we're just gonna cut the stems for now. So let's remove the stem first. Get rid of that. And so now after that, we're gonna go ahead and skin the carrots. So take kind of whatever peeler that you guys like and skin these carrots. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and cut up the rest of the vegetables. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the vegetables that we cut up and put them in the broth right away because these are raw and these need time to cook. Alright, so once we have the carrots, the celery, the green onions already in the pot, we're going to work on the herbs now. Now, those 3 vegetables need more time to cook because they're a lot more raw versus just the herbs. The herbs are going to sit in there and provide the flavor to the broth. So let's go ahead and start cutting up our herbs. Okay, we're not going to cut up the parsley and we're not going to cut up the cilantro. Okay, so with the fresh thyme, I like to just throw it right in the pot, and then at the end, I know it may sound tedious, but I like to take this out at the end. Okay, now as far as the oregano goes, I like to pull off the oregano part. We don't need the stem, so I like to pull off the leaves off of the stem, and then that's it. And then you cut it up, and then you throw it in the pot. Once the leaves are already pulled off the branch or the stem, we're gonna go ahead and cut it up now and mince it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and cut up the garlic. Now with the garlic, like I tell in every single video that I do, take out that little root part. So I like to cut the end off on that and do the same thing for each. Next, you're gonna go ahead and smash it. So take your knife and go ahead and press down. You guys want to go ahead and mince the garlic. Alright, so last but not least, just a little amount of basil. If you guys have, I have 2, maybe 2.5 leaves of basil. 3 leaves, full leaves would be better, but in this case, this is all we have. And basil brings in a good taste. It's sweet, but it brings in that great flavor that you want. So we're gonna go ahead and mince that up as much as we can. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our cut up herbs and we're gonna throw it in the pot. Okay, go ahead and cover and let it simmer. All right, so now we're gonna cut up the chicken. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the chicken in the pot. So let's do that. Okay, so now that you have the chicken inside the pot with all the herbs and the vegetables, okay, now we're gonna squeeze in a little bit of lemon. Just a little bit. Okay, and then the key to making a good chicken noodle soup is that you add in not only just the fresh ingredients, but you guys add in some dry ingredients. So we have some dried garlic powder. We're gonna go throw in a little bit of that. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, some dried onion powder. Just a little bit. And most importantly, some dried oregano. And that's it. And then you want to go ahead and let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, so when it comes to the egg noodles, okay, you guys want to make sure that this is going to be the last thing that you do. So as the water is boiling, we're going to go ahead and throw in the noodles. Alright, so just make sure you guys keep mixing, okay? Don't let them sit that long. You just want to constantly keep an eye on that, and that they're not going to be soggy. So these probably only need about 5 to 6 minutes, but just feel it out as you go, and then strain them, and then put them off to the side. All right, let's go ahead and cheers, boys. Let's enjoy some food. Yeah, buddy, yeah.
Another great video.
Woo! Good stuff, huh?
I love the best part of ginger ale. Best taste of all time.
Look at everybody's face. Dude, your face is all red now, dude. Oh, shit.
You okay?
Oh, man. Yo, Zach, bro, you taking the crackers, my man? What's going on, bro?
You're good.
Alright, so.
Yo, pass that ginger ale.
Why do you need the ginger ale?
No, I just want to mix it.
Did you add the noodles in?
I just added them in. I don't cook it in with the noodles. I cook the noodles basically last. And then you have that. But
Should need some
you guys can take crackers. Oh wait, spoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would work.
All right, hold on. Let me get the spoon, man. Holy
Yo,
shit.
pass me the plate of crackers.
Dude, let me get some plastic spoons. Sweet. Holy shit, Zach, is that yours?
Yeah.
What? How'd you get the, oh, is that with the ginger ale?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're about to see if the food tastes like crap.
Alright.
John, I love how you're putting in paprika in your soup. That's great.
Just a little bit of smokiness.
Okay, nice, I like.
No, get your own.
Perfect. Alright, so everyone, you guys let me know if the soup tastes like crap. Oh, Tyler's coming in. Nice. Alright.
That's good, dude.
That's good? Okay.
Full.
You want crackers, dude? Here. If you want some. Is it? I just pulled it out, dude.
salt. That's the problem right there. So.
A little bit more salt?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. I got more salt for you
It
guys.
feels,
I
it
didn't
feels
want to add too
boring.
much, alright?
So.
There you guys go. Where's the other one? You guys want more salt? That's
Tyler
what you
metal
guys have.
spoon.
Oh, there's a tear going down the side of the
Because
bag.
people
I
get
thought that was
mad if
salt.
you add in too much salt. You know what I'm saying?
Give Tyler
Let me try for some more salt. See how it works.
Oh, what's up, Dad?
Oh, it's a lot of salt.
Oh, that's a nasty one?
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think yeah, you gotta add in salt later. If you guys want more broth, grab some,
Yeah.
dude.
Chicken turned out pretty good though, actually.
Yeah, this should
Yeah,
be
very
good.
tender.
Good, dude.
I like the crackers you picked out actually. They're pretty good.
Just some crackers.
Yeah, I mean some crackers are pretty bad. So.
Yeah. Hey, my man, you want something to eat? Broth?
You want some more broth? Pasta? Yeah. Here, let me give you some more broth, dude. That thing was like dry as shit.
Well,
Here, give me a little bit more. Here, Zach.
He's like, it became lava.
I think it tastes great. I don't need extra salt. I think everybody's different with salt. That's the thing. You can't put in too much because you can always put in more later. Yeah, I like it, dude. It's light.
Yeah.
Tastes good.
How'd you make your broth?
From scratch. Well, not entirely from scratch, but just the chicken broth, and then you add in about half the water from there.
I mean, you know, there's no shit in it. That's what you're getting, you know. And then all the rest of it was just fresh herbs, fresh spices, and that's it. It's good. And the chicken was marinated for a good amount of time. Lemon added to it. Yeah, Like it? Not bad.
Especially on a cold day.
Yeah, but soup with like scotch, it's like the worst combination.
I'm down with it.
You know,
On a winter day, I mean,
you like your cup is so big, dude. That thing is huge. I love it.
I'll take some more. I'll take some more. I think your broth could use work. Kind of tastes like water, like it has a hint of chicken. I'll take some more. 'Cause cereal and whiskey
Dude, you
don't
just
go
told me it
together.
was shit. What the fuck are you talking about, Tug?
I was gonna eat cereal before this,
Are you eating cereal?
but cereal and whiskey don't go together.
You can make it go
Neither,
together.
neither do
You
soup.
can make it go together.
Wait,
I'm
come
gonna
on,
go
man.
pour
You
cereal.
want
Let's
some-
stop.
Whiskey on top of cereal.
Yeah, there you go. Talking about a bowl of cereal.
Alright, I'll hook you up.
All I gotta say is well done, Jake.
Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, it's good, man.
Hit the spot actually. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I like that a lot. Without the salt.
Yeah, with your pretzel having ass.
So how long you been?
Yeah, I'm sweating like a pig right now, man. Still. I told you. That whole pot got destroyed. That was a lot of it, too. I love it.
That was honestly actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The way you made it sound, I thought it was gonna be like one of those cartoon things where it was like wafting a little poison cloud. But nah, it was good stuff.
wait.
The way you said, like when we were out the room, you're like, "Oh, you want to try this stuff? We don't know if it's." You made it sound like there's like, gonna be like a cartoon like poison cloud.
Yeah, right.
No, man. No, I'm
No, that was really
You're gonna
good.
need some more of that.
Dude, you do?
Yeah.
I already took the rest, man.
Well, great job, buddy. Great job.
Now we'll make some more round 2. This time we do it live.
That soup is cooked. That shit is done, man.
You're gonna make that pasta that you made that last time.
That shit was good, man.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
I gave it all to Dave.
Why didn't you make that pasta, huh?
Hey, next time, I'll make it. Well,
Whiskey is really good.
that
Was
pot
this-
is
was
done.
this what
Love
that
talking
noise
shit about
was?
Italian.
Huh?
Hey
Was
man, I
this
still
what that
made room.
noise was?
Oh, the
Like,
little, yeah, I broke the candle. I broke the hell out of it.
Hey man, I still made room. You can still make that pasta.
No way, man. Come on, man. That's gonna take me another 3 hours, man.
Yeah.
Plus, I gotta marinate it for an hour alone.
What time is it? I got time.
I marinated that meat for like an hour. No, I'm sorry. No, for like a day.
Y'all got time?
I do, but I just have to go to work.
Okay, so wait, hold up. So after you got, okay, so let me just get your guys' honest opinions. After you guys just had that soup, all right, did it taste like shit? What do we got?
It was actually pretty good.
Nah, it was
Okay.
really good.
Alright.
It's passable.
Dude, you had, come on, man. You had two servings, bro.
It's passable.
Alright.
Don't make me go into the nitty gritty.
I'll give it like 8 out of 10. All right, 8 out of 10.
Why do you always give 8 out of 10? Why
I
can't
like
you give me a 10 out of fucking 10?
Well,
Because
when
it
you-
wasn't
when
a
you
10 out of
deserve
10.
it.
That's the best reason.
Jesus, dude. All right, man. Unbelievable.
The evidence is not in my mouth. That was some other soup.
All right. Hey, at least it was crappy. It was you all ate it all, and now it's all empty, and I guess now we're good.
I gave you a 10
Alright.
out of 10.
We're out.
Peace.
Peace out.